After my review last year, I gave my unit to my cousin. You can tell how rough she was with the phone judging from the plastic screen guard. It's 2026 now and this is the Tecno Spark 40. Back then it made a lot of sense on paper. Big display, smooth refresh rate, decent battery and a price that fits squarely into the budget category. But fast forward to now, the real question isn't how it launched but how it has aged. This video is actually for people who are still seeing the Tecno Spark 40 in shops, online stores or even as second-hand phone, and they are still wondering, is it a smart choice to buy or maybe time has caught up with it. I have put this phone through the stress to find out all the things you need to know. This is a detailed long-term review of the Tecno Spark 40, so let's get down to business. Let's start with the physical hardware and the durability because this is usually the first thing to go on a budget device. When Tecno launched this, they made a massive deal about the build quality and the finish. Back then it felt premium. 6 months later it still feels premium. My unit has been in and out of cases, tossed in backpacks, and yes, dropped a couple of times. The camera area is the only exposed part without a case and only a few dents can be spotted only when viewed closely. The back panel however has actually surprised me. It hides fingerprints significantly better than the glass backed phones I've used recently, but it has an absolute scratch magnet. If you're the type of person who refuses to use a case on your Tecno Spark 40, it probably looks like a war zone by now. So structurally though, I have to give Tecno credit. The IP rating was a nice marketing point in 2025 and truthfully it has saved me from few sudden rain showers. Now moving on to the display, this is probably the most controversial part of using this phone in 2026. We are looking at a large 6.67 inches panel with a 120Hz refresh rate. That sounds great on a spec sheet, but the elephant in the room is the 720p resolution. In 2025 we give it a pass because of the price point. In 2026, with the content we consume, it is genuinely hard to look at. We have moved into an era where 1080p is the absolute floor. Even for entry-level devices, when you watch YouTube or Netflix on this, you are capped at 720p. On a screen this size, you can see the pixelation around text and icons. If you are coming from a better phone, this screen looks soft, washed out and fuzzy. Brightness is another area. The panel maxes out around that 500 to 600 nit mark. Outdoors, under the harsh sun, it still struggle. I found myself constantly squinting my eyes and shielding the phone with my hand just to read a message. So this is where the long-term usage really exposes the cracks. The Spark 40 launched with a MediaTek Helio G series chip. Depending on your region, it was the G81 or G91. My unit came with the G81. So these are chips built on 12nm architecture. In 2026, 12nm is ancient history. We are seeing budget phones now launching with 6 or 4nm chips that are infinitely more efficient. Day-to-day tasks like WhatsApp, checking emails and light browsing are fine. The thermal management just isn't there for modern gaming demands. Also note that there is no special game mode. If you need any gaming feature access, you should be looking at the Tecno Spark 40 Pro series. On the software front, we are dealing with iOS. Tecno promised a cleaner experience and to be fair, the interface hasn't gotten worse but the ad creep is real. I am getting notifications from Palm Store, AHA games and random utility apps that I never installed. Disabling them is a full-time job. And crucially, let's talk about Android updates. We are seeing Android 16 rolling out globally. This phone is still sitting on Android 15 and honestly I don't think it's going to move past the Android 15. We got a few security patches which is good, but if you want the latest Android features, you are hitting a dead end here. I have received a total of 3 security updates. The last update came on January 1st, 2026, which bumped the iOS version to 15.1.2. Alright, let's shift the gear right now to something a bit more casual and visual, the cameras. The 50MP main shooter was the big selling point. How has it aged? In perfect lighting condition, I'm talking bright outdoor sunny day, it actually holds up okay. The color science is very Tecno. is punchy, saturated, and contrasty. And if you take a photo of the blue sky or green grass, it looks better than reality. Skin tones are still a strong suit for Tecno. They handled darker skin tones with a lot of care, brightening them up without making them look grey. If your goal is to be posting on Instagram stories or WhatsApp status, the camera is adequate, but the moment the light drops, the performance falls off a cliff. Low light photography in 2026 has advanced so much, even in budget smartphones, thanks to better AI processing. The Tecno Spark 40 lacks the processing power. Video recording is another problem. It advertises 2K recording, but there is zero stabilization. Electronic image stabilization (EIS) is virtually non-existent. If you try to walk and talk for a vlog, the footage is shaky to the point of being unusable. You have to stand perfectly still to get a usable video, and microphone quality is very tiny, but is manageable. It picks up a lot of wind noise and background ambient sound, making your voice sound distant. The selfie camera is an 8MP unit. In a world where budget phones are now doing 13MP or 32MP sharp selfies. However, it's not all bad news. We have to talk about the one department where the Tecno Spark 40 still punches above its weight, and that is the battery life. If you want a reason to buy this phone in 2026, this is it. The 5200 mAh battery is a tank. Even after a half year of use, the battery health still shows 99% capacity. I am still easily, and I mean easily, getting a full day and a half of usage. Why is it so good? Ironically, it's because the screen is bad, because the display is capped at 720p and not super bright, and because the processor isn't powerful enough to run high drain tasks. The phone just sips power a bit. So if you are a delivery rider, a student who is out on campus all day, or someone who works in the field and eats carrying a power bank, the Spark 40 is still a beast. The charging speed, usually 45 watts depending on the region, is decent. It takes about an hour and 10 minutes to go from 0 to full. It's not the 100 watts or 120 watt speed we see on mid-rangers now, but for a budget phone that you really only need to charge once a day, it is perfectly acceptable. So let's wrap things up with the final verdict. Is the Tecno Spark 40 still worth buying in 2026? The answer is a resounding yes. When you look at the market right now, the Tecno Spark 40 has held its value for some time. So it launched just 6 months ago at 142,700 naira, and today you can get that phone 139,700 naira. That's like 3,000 naira difference. You know, it's very small. It shows that the phone is on high demand. It's a reliable workhorse and it hasn't lost its relevance in the market. So at just under 140,000 naira, you are getting a battle-tested device. While the Redmi 15C, the Samsung Galaxy A07 and the Infinix Hot 60i are also a strong contenders, the Tecno Spark 40 still holds its own with its superior 45 watts fast charging and a design that feels much more like a premium device than its price tag. You know, if you need a phone that handles the basic with ease, that looks modern and offers battery life that you can actually trust, the Tecno Spark 40 remains a top tier choice. That's it for the long term review. Let me know in the comments, are you picking up this phone or are you looking at the competitions? Don't forget to hit that like button, comment and subscribe. My name is Mr. Roy and this has been All Round Review. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.